Hello and welcome to the Weekly Brief. I am your host, Katrina O'Brien. We will examine national and global topics that keep you informed. Let's get started. Ruth Bader Ginsburg has been on the federal bench for 25 years. In 1993, she became the second woman ever to serve on the United States Supreme Court. Throughout that time, she has continued to be a leading voice for gender equality, women's interests, and civil rights and liberties. Bader Ginsburg was nominated to the court by President Bill Clinton. Ginsburg's notable opinions included her majority opinion in United States versus Virginia, where women were given the right to attend the all-male Virginia Military Institute, her dissent from the employment discrimination case, Ledbetter versus Goodyear, and her dissent in Birdwell versus Lobby Hobby on religious objections to mandates. She defended women's reproductive freedom in several cases and supported gay marriage. Through her stinging dissent in Shelby County versus Holder, the 2013 decision that gutted the Voting Rights Act of 1965, she captured the imagination of a new generation. Her new admirers, praising her fierceness, deemed her as notorious RBG. In regards to who will be replacing her position, well, that's up in the air. Democrats warned Republicans to follow the precedent they set in 2016 when they refused to consider President Barack Obama's choice for the court on the grounds that it was an election year. If Mr. Trump were able to replace Justice Ginsburg, a liberal icon, it would cement a conservative majority for years, giving Republican appointees 6 of the 9 seats. While Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. lately has sided at times with the 4 liberals on issues like immigration, gay rights, and healthcare, he will no longer be the swing vote on a court with another Trump appointee. Within the past 8 months, the coronavirus has generated an outstanding impact in most countries around the world. Given stay-at-home orders mandated by government officials have been resulting in what could be long-term effects to our environment. With a drastic increase in the use of masks and gloves, plus a decline of recycling programs, gives great potential threatening the health of the seas. In the USA, some cities, including New York, have suspended recycling programs because authorities have been concerned about the risk of spreading the coronavirus in recycling centers. Due to this restriction, organic waste generated by households has drastically increased. Recent media reports showing videos and photos of divers picking up masks and gloves littering the waters around the US and Europe was a strong wake-up call to refocus on the plastic pollution issue, and a strong reminder that politicians, leaders, and individuals need to address the problem of plastic pollution. Satellite data is helping climate and fire scientists put together one of the most intense outbreaks of fire and smoke that Oregon and California have seen in decades. Record-breaking air temperatures, periods of unusually dry air, and blasted fierce winds, on top of serious drought in some areas. While the majority of the fires appear to be on the West Coast, a number of fires are also present in states like Idaho, Colorado, and Utah. All residents in places where the rating of the AQI scale has passed 150 are being instructed to limit active time spent outside and to opt for less vigorous activities. Pfizer, one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, CEO Albert Bourla said the drug maker should have a key data from its late-stage trial for the Food and Drug Administration by the end of October. If the FDA approves the vaccine, the company is prepared to distribute hundreds of thousands of doses, he said. On Saturday, Pfizer submitted a proposal to the FDA to expand the late-stage trial to include up to 44,000 participants, a significant increase from its previous target of 30,000. The vaccine could be distributed in 4 phases, with healthcare workers, the elderly, and people with underlying health conditions getting vaccinated first, according to the group. Essential workers, teachers, and people in homeless shelters, as well as people in prisons, will be next on the list, followed by children and young adults. That concludes this week's brief. With me, your host, Katrina O'Brien. Subscribe to our channel, MIC of SUNY Westbury, to stay updated on our national and global topics that keep you informed. Thank you for listening.